Okay guys, this is number 45 from the final exam. The question reads, a sample of 0.3127 moles of the compound Li2ZO4 has a mass of 41.53 grams. The element Z is what? Well, yeah, Z is not an element as far as I know. Over here we've got some crazy ones, but I don't see Z. So Z is our mystery element. We need to find out what Z is. Now, it may be a little difficult to kind of figure out exactly what your train of thought will be. But, at the very beginning, they give you 5 answers. You know what their masses are, their molar masses. And chances are, we might find a certain molar mass of Z that will match up with this. Now, we're given Li2 and then O4. So if we were to find out, the mass of Li2 and the mass of O4, well, couldn't we subtract that from maybe a total mass and then get it, maybe the difference will be Z? So under that kind of logic, well, we have 0.3127 moles. We want 1 mole. We want 1 mole of Li2ZO4. We want to find out, well, okay, if this particular amount of moles of this compound is 41.53, well, we can build a relationship between these two numbers and say maybe this is 31.27% of a total amount, and that is, and that part amount is 41.53. Okay, so let's work this through. So we have so as I said before, we have 0.3127 moles of your Li2ZO4. Okay, and that 0.3127 moles is 41.53 grams. Okay, so if I wanted to find out what the total number of grams would be for, let's say, 1 mole of 1 mole of this molecule. Okay. All I have to do is say, okay, well, maybe this is 31.27%, okay? And if I wanted to find out what 100% was, I would divide this amount, the 41.53, by the percentage. 41.53 grams divided by 0.3127, and I get 132.811 grams, okay? So this is the total amount that I should have if I have 1 mole of this substance, correct? Now that I know what 1 mole of Li2ZO4 basically has in terms of mass, well, then I can find out other relationships, can I? Well, if I have 1 mole of Li2ZO4, we can see here, I probably have 2 lithiums right here, 2 moles of lithium, and I can tell you that in 1 mole of 1 mole of this, I'm going to have 13.882 grams of lithium. How do I know that? Because 2 times the molar mass of lithium is going to be 13.882 grams. On the same hand, if I wanted to find out the oxygen, well, if I have 1 mole of Li2ZO4, you can see here I have O4 and 1 mole of Li2ZO4, so I have 4 moles of oxygen. So I should have 64 grams, okay? So now that I know the total number of grams of lithium and the total number of grams of oxygen, and I know the total amount of grams I should have in 1 mole of this molecule, well then I could subtract these 2 numbers from here, and the remainder would be Z, correct? And so if I do that, here's 132, right? Or 132.811, sorry, I forgot to write that in. And I subtract my 13.882, and then I subtract 64 from my oxygen, well, I have a remainder of 54.929, or 54.93, correct? And if we look here, well, take a look at this. We've got 54.93, or something very close to it, 54.938, so that's 54.94. And so not definitively, but for the most part we can say, yes, it is manganese, because here's 54.93 here, and here we have 54.929, or 54.93, and that's going to be manganese. So your answer will be manganese.